For all the videos that content creators have been making, I haven't seen anybody actually address how to avoid arc. And I'm not talking about avoiding detection or anything like that, more so how not to be screwed over by this guy. I mean, sure, you might know how to kill everything, but if you're still getting hit by Hornets and are scared of Bombardiers, let me share some tips with you to make your gameplay look more like this. That was probably flashier than it needed to be, but let's just get to the rest of the video. Let's start off with some smaller arc and then work our way towards the bigger ones at the end. And I'll leave timestamps in the whatever the heck it's called, so you can easily find whichever arc you're struggling with. Anyway, first off is the pop. I've seen a lot of people overcomplicate dodging this guy, when all you need to do to dodge it is go in the opposite direction that it's rolling. You can do this by dodge rolling or even just jumping away. But mainly you have to avoid running directly into it, because that will cancel its momentum and it'll end up exploding directly on you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next we have the Pop's brother, the Fireball. This one is really easy. All you need to do is let it get close and then slide away so you can shoot it while it's open. I like to do this just to be sure that I'm far enough away from its flame particles. This is just a really safe approach because just backpedaling usually works, but you know, sometimes it doesn't. And just one more thing, I was putting my weapon away before sliding when they were really close just to get that little bit of extra speed, but that's a lot of like key presses. So. Alright, up next is the main reason that I'm making this video, the Hornet. These guys are really one of the easiest things in the game to dodge. And if you're ever spotted by those roaming patrols of wasps and hornets, always prioritize the wasp, which I'll get into a little later. Hornets, unlike the Wasp, have a actual projectile instead of aimbot. Their projectile is really slow, and it has to predict where you're going to be as soon as it shoots. Which means if you just switch direction once they shoot their shot, they will miss you. Unless, like, desync or something. But as you can see here, all you need to do, even if you have a weapon out, or even slow walking, as long as they're not right in your face, they will not hit you as long as you change direction as soon as they shoot. You can see my friend did not do that. Alright, next is the good boy, the Leaper. Most people just panic too much whenever they see this thing aggroing on them, and that's usually what ends up getting them killed. To deal with and dodge a Leaper, the main things you need to pay attention to are your stamina management, spacing, and its two attacks, which is its jump and its charge up. To dodge its jump, you have to pay attention closely to the Leaper to see which direction it's going and where its legs are. When it jumps, you need to thread the needle between the legs or do a wide circle to avoid it entirely. Usually after a jump, the Leaper will try to close the distance between you guys and then explode. This is where stamina management and spacing is so important, because if one of its legs managed to hit you, I don't know why it did that there, but if it manages to hit you while it's just running at you and not even trying to attack, it can stagger you, and that can be really bad. Otherwise, the name of the game against a Leaper is just to keep your space and to keep an eye on it to see where it's going, and you shouldn't have too much problem. And up next, we have the infamous Rocketeer. This arc is cooked. Of the actually dodgeable arc in this game, this is the least manageably dodgeable. In most cases, you just want to tank the blast to get to cover, because it's not really sustainable to actually dodge everything. I've tried. I've really tried. Otherwise, you can treat it as a much more dangerous Hornet. As soon as it shoots, if you change direction, you might dodge the rocket if it's far enough. If it is too close, you will be hit. Other than that, the best thing you can do is jump as soon as you think the rocket is going to explode, because that will launch you a little bit further from the blast. Other than that, there's not much you can do. Good luck. And next, we have the Bombardier. People give this thing a little too much respect. And it makes a little sense. I mean, the projectiles do a ton of damage, and I think a lot of people just try to fight it from a window, and that usually ends up with it somehow hitting you when you don't think it should. But if you can keep an eye on its projectiles, you don't even need cover to kill this thing. I mean, granted, you're gonna like get third-partied if you do this, but if you're ever getting spotted by its spotters and you want to get to cover, just make sure that you're keeping an eye on the direction of the Bombardier, and then change your direction whenever it shoots, because it, like the Hornet, has to lead its shots. The only thing to worry about is sometimes it gets like pissy and it'll do a little mini barrage, and that can sometimes catch you off guard, but usually as long as you maintain the pace and keep strafing its shots, it should not hit you. Also, one more thing, my Bastian video was getting a lot of comments about if you could melee the Bombardier. If it's aggroed on you and you get too close, it'll do a double-sized leaper pulse explosion. So if you're gonna plant a deadline, you should either use a lure grenade or have a friend do what I'm doing, and then they can actually sneak up right behind it. I don't have a clip of it, but I had a random do this while I was practicing. And by the way, if this video has helped you at all or taught you something new, hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithm decides to give this to the people who are actually getting hit by Hornets. Anyway, let's move on to the last arc that I haven't mentioned yet. These guys I don't really think are dodgeable or are just so easy. Like the Tick, do you guys need me to talk about the Tick? Okay, the Tick will brace and then jump, and you just sidestep like a Hornet. These things I almost exclusively melee, unless there's pops and fireballs in the room too, because then they will be a nightmare.
Hold on, let me get, before you kill me, let me melee this turret.
For the turret, as long as you stay out of its light cone, it will not detect you. That means you can run and shoot past it freely. Even setting off noise traps won't alert it. The only thing that will alert it is if you damage it. And on that note, you can melee a turret with 4 hits, as long as it's close enough. Just make sure that its gun isn't pointed directly at you when you hit it, otherwise it'll probably get a shot off on you. Just briefly, the Sentinel you can also do this with, but there's not a lot of spots that this actually applies. And the last arc before the Shredder is the Snitch, actually. Just so you know, when it calls its stuff in, they don't immediately aggro on you. So if you're far enough away and just run from it, you can usually just get away from the things that it calls in. And the last arc of the video, the Shredder. Everybody is terrified of these things, but they're just chill homies, kind of. The main thing to know is that any form of elevation screws them up. They will have to path all the way around if you just take a step off of a ledge. And in some areas like the medical rooms, you can just smash and vault through windows, and they'll have to go around. Just know that if there's a door or path open to you, they will, like, Roomba brain perfectly path through it to get to you still. Unless they run into someone else. But you can use that to your advantage. Other than that, its little thrusters are actually its weak spot, so you can shoot those with, I think, any gun to be able to take it down faster. For some reason though, in my testing, I found that its last thruster seems to get more health after the other two have been destroyed, but that could just be like me missing because it starts to wobble very strangely after you shoot off its second thruster. Also, just shout out to One Fungus for helping me out here. I'm sorry I couldn't get you out, man. I'm glad that we avenged you.
Oh! Stop that, stop that, stop that, you prick. I smoked him. You ran out. Oh, you think you're smart. You ready? You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Yes! No, I dropped you my defib. I'm sorry. I was actually out of bullets. I had to do that.
Oh, right. Wasps. You can't dodge them. Just kill them as fast as possible or break line of sight. These guys, they have aimbot. They are the real threat of Arc Raiders.
Run away! Ah! I'm alive! Oh, I got shot. Oh, I got shot by the fucking Wasp. The real threat confirmed.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and I'm just going to continue making content that'll help people out. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next one.